exploring Cappadocia's fairy chimneys in Turkey. Dawn arrives softly over Cappadocia like a secret whispered across stone. The first light spills over the valleys, brushing rose and honey across a landscape that seems less carved by wind than imagined by a dreamer. From the terrace of a cave house, high above the sleeping town of Göreme, the world unfolds in silhouettes, towers, cones, spires, an army of stone rising from the earth. They call them fairy chimneys, but no name quite captures the wonder of seeing them for the first time. As the sky shifts from indigo to molten gold, hot air balloons begin to rise, first one, then 10, then 100, lifting gently into the morning air like a migration of silent giants. Below them stretches Göreme National Park, a surreal expanse sculpted by volcanic fury and softened by centuries of wind and rain. The ancient eruptions of long-forgotten mountains blanketed this land in ash, which hardened into tuff soft enough to carve, strong enough to endure. And carve it, humanity did. You step into the valley just as the sun crests the horizon. The rock glows amber. Each fairy chimney stands like a sentinel, some slender and crowned with darker basalt caps, others wide and fluted like cathedral columns shaped by invisible hands. The ground beneath your boots is powdery and pale, and the air smells faintly of dust and wild thyme. In the distance, a lone figure leads a horse along a winding path, its hooves echoing softly against stone. This is Anatolia, ancient, storied, layered with civilizations. Hittites, Romans, Byzantines all passed through this land, leaving behind whispers in stone. You enter a narrow opening carved into one of the chimneys. The temperature drops instantly. Inside, the walls bear faded frescoes, ochre halos, blue-robed saints, red geometric patterns, traces of early Christian communities who sought refuge here centuries ago. In the heart of the region lies the Göreme Open-Air Museum, where entire monasteries were hollowed from rock. Chapels hidden behind modest entrances, faith painted across ceilings in pigments that still cling to shadow. Standing in the silence of a stone chapel, you feel time compress. Above ground, the world feels otherworldly. Below it, it feels eternal. Later, you descend into the depths of Derinque underground city, a subterranean labyrinth plunging 8 levels into the earth. The passageways narrow, the ceilings dip low. Ventilation shafts pierce upward like ancient lungs. Entire communities once lived here, families, livestock, bakers, priests hidden from invasion. You run your hand along the cool rock wall and imagine the flicker of oil lamps, the murmur of quiet prayers, the weight of survival underground. Back in the daylight, the valleys beckon again. Love Valley, with its towering pillars reaching boldly toward the sky. Passabag, where mushroom-shaped chimneys cluster in quiet defiance of gravity. Each formation tells a story written in erosion-hard stone, shielding softer layers beneath. Wind and rain chiseling away at the vulnerable, leaving behind the improbable. As afternoon stretches across the land, you hike through Red Valley. The cliffs blush crimson in the sinking sun, shadows pooling in creases and caverns. The silence is vast, broken only by the rush of wind curling through rock corridors. You climb to a ridge just as the sky ignites scarlet, tangerine, violet. The fairy chimneys transform once more, no longer golden but burning with the last fire of day. And then, slowly, the colors fade. Night arrives gently over Cappadocia. The balloons are gone, the valleys are hushed. Stars scatter themselves across the Anatolian sky with astonishing clarity, as if mirroring the scattered chimneys below. From a cave hotel carved into the cliffs, warm lantern light spills onto stone terraces. You sit quietly, tea warming your hands, gazing out over a landscape that feels both primeval and impossibly delicate. A place shaped by volcanoes, sculpted by wind, and sheltered by human hands. In Cappadocia, earth becomes architecture, history becomes landscape, and stone silent. Patient stone tells stories older than memory. For a fleeting moment, beneath the vast Turkish sky, you understand why they call them fairy chimneys. Because in this corner of the world, reality feels enchanted.